Welcome back to the channel. Kicking off the playoffs in the wildcard round, we have the Browns visiting the Texans and the Dolphins visiting the Chiefs on this Saturday night. Now, rather than making a pick straight up for each of these games, I've decided to go with the same game parlay for the two games combined to try and get a little bit better odds, and the following picks are what make up that same game plus parlay for this Saturday night. So, taking a look at the Browns versus the Texans, the first piece of the parlay is going to be Joe Flacco over 225 plus passing yards. The reasoning behind this is that the Texans are allowing just over 234 passing yards per game, which is 23rd in the NFL. Flacco's also thrown for 250 plus yards in all 5 games he's played with the Browns this season, and he's actually thrown for 300 plus in the last 4 games of the regular season. He's also attempted 40 plus passes in 4 of the 5 games he's played this season, which means that he's still throwing the ball even when they're winning, which is a positive. And as a nice little bonus, they played the Texans in Week 16, and the Browns won that game, and Flacco threw for 368 yards. The second pick is going to be Amari Cooper over 50 plus receiving yards. Amari Cooper has emerged as Flacco's clear number 1 favorite target, so I would expect a handful of targets thrown his way. And Houston's given up 50 plus yards to the opposing team's number 1 receiver in almost every game this regular season. In addition to that, Amari Cooper is averaging 10.5 targets per game and 19.4 yards per catch when Flacco has been playing quarterback for the Browns this season. So you can expect a heavy dose of Amari Cooper and some big explosive plays. And to add on to that, Amari just had 265 receiving yards against Houston in Week 16. And then the third play for this game and the final play for this game is going to be Browns money line. This is the riskiest pick of the entire parlay, as the spread is only at 2 points right now, and Cleveland is going on the road to Houston in the playoffs, so it should be a hostile environment. However, Joe Flacco has much more playoff experience than rookie QB CJ Stroud, and QBs making their first time playoff appearances versus veteran QBs cover at only a 38% rate. So I would fully expect the Browns to come out victorious, and since 2002, QBs making their first playoff appearance are 2-11 as home underdogs, which is the case for Stroud, as he goes up against the number 1 ranked defense in the NFL in the Cleveland Browns. So that wraps up the picks for the Browns and Texans game. And as we move on to the Dolphins versus the Chiefs, the first pick is going to be under 56.5. The weather in this matchup is going to feel like negative 30 degrees with a wind chill, which I would assume would make it hard for the offense to find a rhythm, and it would make it pretty difficult to throw the ball as you may not have great grip. So I fully expect both teams to shift more to the run game, as they won't be able to find a rhythm through the air. And due to that shift in focus to the run game, I should expect the clock to be moving. The defenses should have a little bit more success, as the offense will be a little bit more predictable, and expect a lot of punts and this to be a low-scoring game. To go hand in hand with that, with the focus of the game shifting to more of a rushing emphasis, I'm going to go with Isaiah Pacheco, 40-plus rushing yards, as the final play of this parlay. So we're going to have a 5-leg parlay for Saturday's games. The Pacheco pick is just going off of the weather in Kansas City. I would expect Kansas City to lean on Pacheco to carry their offense at times, as it'll be tough to throw the ball, and they are going up against a banged up Dolphins defense in front 7, so Pacheco may be able to have some success there. And as a bonus, Pacheco has ran for 40 plus yards in 11 of 14 games this season, and I'm pretty confident it's going to happen again, but the numbers do back up that he should get enough carries, and the yardage is well within his range. Now, with all that being said, parlaying these 5 picks together gets us to a plus 210 parlay on DraftKings, which, isn't some crazy plus 100,000 odd parlay that some people like to put together in case, some crazy event happens. It'll return a ton of money, but we are getting plus money odds, and it's made of picks that are, minus 400, minus 500, I think even minus 900. So It is made up full of plays that should realistically happen, and we're getting plus money for it, so you can't beat that. And if you enjoyed the video, I'd appreciate it if you left a like. Also, feel free to comment your own plays for these games in the comment section below so that we can kind of see where everyone stands with this game, and if you share similar opinions to me or if you disagree, I would love to hear it. And stay on the lookout for Sunday's same game parlay and a video coming out tomorrow that previews those matchups and my picks for those games tomorrow. And with that being said, I'll see you in the next video.